Everybody, welcome to today's video. So I don't normally start my videos out with makeup already on, but I wanted to talk about what's going on. This is the start of a series that I'm going to do. I was going through all my eyeshadow palettes and I realized I have every one except for two of the Naked palettes. I don't have the Smoky or the two. I never bought the Smoky, but I did buy this second one and I gave that one away. So these are what I have, and today's video is going to be with the original Naked palette. Then we're gonna go with the Reloaded. That'll be the next one. And then we'll go with 3. Oh, well, between that, I will be doing the Naked Basics because it's kind of like the Naked 2 and a little bit kind of like the Heat a little bit. So it's just kind of almost like all of them in one. Anyways. Then we will do Naked 3. Then we will go Naked Heat. Then Cherry. And then the Honey, which is the newest one. And this one I got for my birthday. And it's going to be so perfect when we get up to close to Christmas because it's so golden and beautiful. So that is what's going to happen in this series. Stay tuned to see how I played with the Naked Original if you want to keep on watching. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Okay, so I'm going to start with the Naked first one, the Naked 1. You can't get this one anymore, but if you already have it, then you can follow along, or if you do find it, go ahead and pick it up, whatever you want to do. So I am just going to start off. I actually conveniently have an Urban Decay primer potion, and I'm going to put that on. I've been using also the e.l.f. primer potion, and not primer potion, e.l.f. eyelid primer, and I don't really find much of a difference. But maybe it's just because I'm not really paying attention. I just feel like it's more of a peace of mind thing for me than it is functionality. But I don't find any extra creasing coming. Now that we are zoomed in, I'm going to go ahead and get my brushes and just start. Basically, I'm probably just going to stick to this side of the palette mostly for the, traditional kind of neutral eye. I'm going to jump into the shade Naked right here, and I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. I'm not going to really focus on this being put in the crease. I'm really kind of going to put it on the lid and all over the place and just kind of go with it from there. I'm just kind of blanking everything out, really. Okay, I'm going to get a more of a precise kind of blending brush, and I'll jump into this shade Buck. I'm going to build this one up here on the outer corner and blend it kind of upwards like this and then over. This shade Buck can actually darken up pretty quickly, and I really like that about it. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Sidecar, which is actually one of my most favorite colors in this palette, and I'm going to take that and kind of take it on next to Buck, but blend it onto the lid. So like right here, and then just blend it over. This is something that I would do if you don't want to use this shade. I would pick a different one and do the exact same thing. And I'm just kind of blending it. I'm not dipping back in. Just blending it like that. I'm going to go on to the other side, taking my brush off to make sure I got off all the excess. So there is that. And now I'm going to dip into the shade called Sin right here, and I'm going to blend that from the inner corner over. And I'm using the same brush that I used for Sidecar, and I'm just connecting that to Sidecar and blending that through. I'm not dipping back in because I just kind of want it to be a little bit of a wash. Once again, stop when you are satisfied. You don't have to keep going just because I'm doing it. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a kind of fluffier domed brush. This is one of my most favorite brushes ever. It's from Coastal Scents. And I'm going to take Buck right here, and I'm just going to kind of blend it on the lower lash line and blend it over. And then I'm going to add a little bit of Sidecar on top of that. So I'm going to take my little sponge that I use to apply my foundation and everything and kind of just clean up, because it kind of almost helps me get a little bit more of a perspective of what's going on in my lid, my lower lash line and stuff. And I'm going to take Sidecar with the same brush that I used to apply Sidecar, because it's a little bit more of a pencil brush. And I'm just going to take the tip of that with Sidecar on it and just literally go over the top of where I placed Buck. Sorry if you can't see this, it's really kind of hard to get your lower lash line on camera, for me at least. Okay. So there is the look that I have finished. The eyeliner that I've really been liking is Jordana, and it's 12-hour Made to Last liquid eyeliner pencil, which is not liquid. And this is in the shade Espresso, and I'm going to apply that to my top lash line. And then the mascara that I'm going to apply is Tarte Big Ego Mascara, and I'm not going to curl my lashes for this look, just want to kind of keep it soft and fluttery. So I'm going to finish the face off in the next look, but this is the eye look, and you can pair it with any blush that you prefer, which is either your favorite blush, and then contour and highlight the way that you would like. If you would like to see something about that and how to do that, I can do another video about it. Just let me know, or just YouTube it and you'll probably find a great one. So I am going to take this eye look off, and we will start with the next one. Okay, for the second look, I'm going to use a different eye primer. This is the Tira Mira. I could be saying that wrong. I will list it down below in there, but it's the smudge proof anti-aging eyeshadow base, and I really like this one because it's a little bit more of a kind of concealing kind of base. So I'm going to use this one so we have a little bit more color payoff. Blend that with a brush. I'm going to pat it because it kind of gets a little bit sticky, which is not a bad thing. But I'm going to take this giant fluffy brush, and I'm going to jump into Naked and just like messily place this all over the lid and to the brow. Place Naked. Now I'm going to take Naked again, and I'm going to place a little bit more and concentrate it here, mostly in the crease and in the outer corner. Just kind of darkening that up. So then the color that I'm going to take now is I'm going to take the color Hustle, which is right here. And I was thinking of a little bit more of a preciser kind of a crease brush. This is one from Miss Elle Glam. And I'm going to take Hustle and just a tiny bit on my brush. Just a tiny bit. Because colors like this, you want to build it a little bit at a time. So I'm just taking this and feathering it through the crease and the outer corner. Just keep working with what you got. You dip back in, you're gonna have more work to, it's gonna be more work to blend. So just deal with what you have, and then When you feel like you can't blend anymore, maybe add a little bit more. So I'm going to add a tiny bit more, just kind of dip my brush in softly. And then just keep going lightly through, all the way blending it through. Okay, I'm going to dust my brush off as much as I can, and then just go on the outer corners. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is take the color Toasted and kind of blend that to these two Hustle and blend it into that, but still have it be prominent. So I'm going to put it right here and just not exactly in the center, just kind of keep it more towards the outer part and pull it in. Okay, now I'm going to take the color Virgin and just, I'm going to take this on the inner part of the eye and blend it to in, because I kind of don't want to add too much craziness because I'm going to do some other fun stuff. So I'm just taking this, and then this is the same brush I used for Naked, and I'm just taking this all the way through. Okay, so the thing that I want to do that is kind of fun for me, and I'm going to take the color Half Baked, which is the golden shade here, and just taking that, this is the same brush I've been using, and I'm putting this on the inner corner right by the tear duct, just like so. So with shades like this, the more that you blend them and work with them, it almost makes them a little bit more metallic. Liking the way this is turning out. This looks good to me. It looks good to me. Okay. Now for the last step, I'm going to take, well, I'm going to just do a little bit on the lower lash line, and then I will be done with shadow. I'm going to take Dark Horse, which is this shade right here, and just take this on a small detail brush, because this shade actually packs a lot of punch. And I'm going to take this on the lower lash line, but on the outer corner. Kind of connecting it up, but don't blend it all the way in. I'm going to dust my brush off on my cloth that I always keep, and just continuously blend it. That's one of the things with working with your lower lash line, is you really just have to spend the time to blend it out, or it's gonna just kind of look like a bunch of color smacked on your lower lash line. Dust my brush off, and then just go back in and blend it through. Okay. Now I'm just going to take my sponge that I used for my foundation and just kind of pat here. And I'm going to get my powder that I use for my face. This is the Revlon Color Stay powder. It's not cruelty-free, it's part of my Project Pan. And I'm just kind of setting and dusting away any of that excess color that we don't want there. Okay, now I'm going to take this Ico London liquid liner This is just a tiny sample size that I got, and this is in the shade Black. I think it's black. Pitch black. I'm going to do this real quick and then I will be right back. I'm going to apply my It Superhero Mascara. Alright, so that is the eyes with the Urban Decay Naked One. Naked Original is what she should probably call it. Naked Original. So this was probably one of my it's probably my most favorite eyeshadow palette ever, because it started my love of eyeshadow palettes. And it's a really, really great palette. It's kind of sad that it is discontinued. But with that being said, if you do have this already, go ahead and pull it out and try playing with it and creating looks. I don't think that you will be sad. I don't really know which way, because it's backwards to me on my thing, but like, anyhow. So this is the Naked One. This is the night on the town kind of look that I would do. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of my face that would go with it. I've really been into this Becca Chrissy Teigen palette, and I'm just going to do a little bit of contouring with the shade that's in here. It's more of a kind of a bronzer than a contour, so I'm just going to do a little bit here. I really, really love this palette. It's really, really pretty. My favorite things are like the blush kind of highlighter combos. It kind of can work as a highlighter and a blush. And I think that's what I'm going to do today. Blush brush. And I'm going to take this shade for my blush and highlighter all together in one. Really just is so beautiful. I'm very glad. I actually found it at Marshall's. I've been eyeing this from Mally. I actually found it in my stash, and it is the Mally High Shine Liquid Lipstick. It's kind of one of those old kind of, which you don't see very much anymore, click pins. I have hair. My hair is just flowing everywhere. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of this. It's kind of a nude shade in the this is in the color Starburst. Alright, you guys, so that is going to wrap up the Original Naked palette from Urban Decay. I am very, very pleased with this palette. It did start my love of eyeshadow palettes. It was probably one of my first ones, and I am very, very, very happy with this. Probably will keep it in my collection for as long as I possibly can. With that being said, if you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps other people so other people can see it. If you want to see the rest of the palettes in this series, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss those. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!